In this video, we will be talking about the Nikon Z6 and the Z7 and its real-life pros and cons after using it for 1 year. If you are someone who's planning to purchase a Nikon Z6 or a Z7, this video will be really helpful for you in order to decide whether or not should you go with the Z systems. Hi everyone, my name is Mustafa Sheikh. I'm a visual artist and a photographer who's been using Nikon systems for almost 12 years. Now, when the Nikon Z6 and Z7 came out, it really did get my attention, considering the fact that it was one of the first professional level mirrorless systems by Nikon. However, after being using it for almost 1 year, there are a lot of things that have kind of changed in terms of the opinion that I have about the Z6 or the Z7, which I would be sharing with you in this video. One of the first things I would like to talk about is the low light performance of the Z systems. It's incredible. When you're coming from a DSLR system, you really feel a big difference that how well these cameras can perform in low light, even when you have to crank up the ISO to a really high number. The second and one of the most important things for me why I chose to move to the Z system was that the lightweight and the compactness of these. So the body is really much smaller compared to the DSLRs like D850 or other high-end DSLR bodies. The body is way more smaller. It's really lightweight, and so are the lenses. One other really important fact that a lot of people are not talking about is the premium quality of these S-line lenses that Nikon has created. They have produced just a few of S-line lenses at the moment, but of course a lot more are coming and they are in the roadmap. The sharpness these lenses are producing is way much sharper than the traditional F-mount lenses that Nikon was producing earlier. I'm not saying that the F-mount lenses were not good enough. They were super sharp and they were incredible and they were long lasting, but this S-line has really got impressive lenses. So if you do plan to purchase a Z6, Z7 or any of the Z systems, make sure that you try to get the S lenses with it. I know you can use it with the F to Z adapter and use the native lenses of F-mount and so on, but these lenses are really worth investing in. The fourth really incredible feature is the video feature that the Z system offers. They are a lot more improved than what we had with Nikon DSLRs. You really see that there are a lot of features. Autofocusing with the video is incredible. There's analog 10-bit when you have an external display attached to it. So in terms of video, Nikon has really stepped up their game. I do remember a time when a lot of people would choose other brands over Nikon just because of having better video capabilities. However, in the Z systems, they have really focused on this aspect of the camera. If you are someone who's planning to mix up between photography and videography, you want one camera to do both, I would really recommend the Z systems, either the Z6 or the Z7. Now let's talk about some of the cons, some of the things that I'm not really happy with when it comes to the Nikon Z systems. I would not have found it out unless I would have used it for almost 1 year. And now that I have, there are a few things that I would like to really mention and bring it to your attention as well. If you're planning to buy the Z systems, you must be aware of these cons as well. So the first con, which is really disappointing if you ask me, because I did not expect that from Nikon, is that I've always found that Nikon has got they manufacture really strong and high-end camera bodies, but when it comes to the Z system, you can, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but if you notice carefully here, the body has started chipping off already. Maybe if you cannot really see it in the video, I can post a picture of it. But the body, the skin on the body has already started chipping off. I've just used this for like 1.5 years. So I'm not sure why this is happening with the Nikon body, because I've always known Nikon for manufacturing really high-end and bodies with at least their cameras, but I'm just really surprised that this has started happening. And I'm not the only person. Actually, if you see a lot of blogs and forums online, a lot of people have complained about this. Now, there have been cases where Nikon did replace the body or this skin for a lot of users, but then again, it's a whole hassle to send your camera for this thing. This should not be happening to begin with. The second thing that kind of did put me off from the Z system was that the autofocus on the Z system is not as impressive as I thought it's going to be. In fact, I would say that the autofocusing that traditional Nikon DSLRs have is a lot more faster and accurate than the Z system. So if you're a sports photographer or someone who has a requirement to be shooting really fast and have really fast autofocus requirements, I'm not really sure if the Z6 or Z7 can really perform in that. Maybe you should go for a D850 or something like that. But then again, that's my personal experience. Maybe a lot of people have not faced this kind of problem, but I think that the autofocusing of the Z system is not as fast as compared to a normal DSLR that Nikon would produce. The last thing is that when you mount a really big lens on these bodies, like this one is a 2470, but this is fine. But when you mount like an F-mount telephoto lens or something on this, it does not have the body weight on its own. So the weight ratio between the lens and the body is quite off, of course. And that is one of the things. So if you're carrying your camera like this with a heavy F-mount lens, you will notice that how imbalanced the whole system is. And when you lift it up, it does feel like the whole weight is towards the lens. But of course, that's because of the lightweightness of the body. It's not really a con, but it's just a general observation, and it's something that did kind of bother me a little bit. But again, it's not a deal breaker. So let's talk about the final verdict, whether the Nikon Z system is for you or not. So I'm going to give you 3 points. If you check all those 3, then the Nikon Z system is for you. If you do not check all those 3, then maybe you should look into another system. Number 1, if you're looking for something which is lightweight and high performance, like a full frame and has got premium glass quality but still very lightweight, which means you travel a lot, so you need lightweight gear, then the Nikon Z system is for you. The second point, if you're planning to mix up between photography and videography, you need one single camera from which you can shoot photos as well as you can shoot videos, then again the Nikon Z system is for you, because it has got an incredible, amazing balance between photography and videography. So it is quite a good camera to do both. If you're looking for something where you can do both, then the Nikon Z system is definitely for you. Third, and the very obvious point, is that if you already have a Nikon system, which means you already have Nikon F-mount lenses, and you just want to upgrade to a mirrorless system, then maybe you should go for one of the Z systems. There are talks about the Nikon Z9 coming up soon. So if you are planning to switch to the Z system, maybe you should wait a little bit and see what comes up with the Z9 and maybe then switch to that one. So if you are already a Nikon user, F-mount lenses you already have lined up, then maybe that's another reason why the Z system is for you. If you found this video helpful in any way, please subscribe to the channel, because that encourages us creators to make more review videos and more content on YouTube to be able to help the viewers. So please subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments below what you think, what is your opinion about the Z systems, and whether or not are you planning to purchase it. Thank you and have a good day.